Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on the Nerd Buffet, where we are starving. I don't know how we're starving after that Thanksgiving week.
I'm actually literally starving
Yeah.
right now. I'm hungry. I didn't eat before this.
I could eat.
I think I say that. I think if you go back and watch half the episode, listen to that.
Yeah, every time I say we're starving, you're like, I'm hungry. But yeah, we didn't have Thanksgiving episode during Thanksgiving week, so we were eating, of course, and shopping. We did a lot of buying things on Black Friday. We'll tell you about that this week.
What else are we going to talk about?
We also have a lot of wrestling to talk about. There was Raw, there was SmackDown, there was the premiere of 205 Live, and we'll have our TLC picks. Also,
And
is Walking Dead in trouble? And Jake
is it in trouble? I didn't know about this. And I went and saw 3 great new movies. I saw Moana, I saw Bad Santa 2, and then I saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So you're going to get my insights on it, whether you should check them out or whether you should stay away. So let's get to it. Wrestling!
That wasn't as good as last time.
No, it wasn't.
But anyway, so the best part of Raw, in your guys' opinion, was
Cesaro, Sheamus, bar fight.
that was fun.
Oh, shit.
That was fun.
I forgot about it. I was going to say for sure the main event because
That was
pretty cool the way it happened. But yes, the
I thought it
segment
was a great Raw overall.
Yeah.
And to quickly sum up Raw, one thing that I was pleasantly surprised about when I kind of took a step back to think about it is this was the first Raw, in my opinion, in a long time where I felt like they did a really good job utilizing the majority of their roster. Think about how many segments there were utilizing guys that didn't have matches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Felt more like the old days that, not to compare to the Attitude Era, but it kind of had that more of that vibe as far as how there was just
where there were
so many things.
There were 2 in the good Attitude Era episodes, which were most of them. There are 2 big overarching stories that sometimes intersect during an episode, but a lot of other things that continually build off of each other, or they build from week to week instead of just being the same thing over and over again. Such as when I said like Strowman, he's finally starting to build that story
Finally
instead of just killing people.
Finally starting to fight actual people.
Yeah. So I'm pleasantly surprised that, like you said, it seemed like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be, a television show that the next week it feels like things have happened and not just the same thing over and over again.
Oh, definitely. Yep. And so how do you guys feel about this whole hot potato game with Charlotte and Sasha and the women's Raw title?
It'd be nice to see Sasha win on a pay-per-view, but she can just continue winning on Raw.
Well, that's the thing. Charlotte's undefeated on pay-per-views, but for every match they've had on Raw, as far as I know,
every championship match,
Sasha's won. Yeah, at least. And they both got 3 reigns each out of this thing.
I actually like that they keep doing it back and forth. Definitely bolsters up their careers as far as like, oh, I'm a 3-time champion. Helps Charlotte catch up to where her dad was at. Kind of maybe keep that story arc going on.
It keeps people interested in watching title matches, I think. If it can change. Like, they're not one person's going to hold that title for 7 months, and just be boring.
That more than anything, because what that has done is, like you said, you messaged us both at the beginning of the show, said, title change tonight, women's championship. And I was like, yeah, you're right. It makes it to where it gives the title prestige. I know, like, in any other instance, it could be like, pin this thing back and forth is going to make it look like it's just an object and not part of the prestige.
But it's a new title.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a fairly new title.
Yeah. And as far as and I know this is weird, but if you think about booking a title,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of how they used to do sometimes the world title, but like the Intercontinental title too, when that had more prestige. They would kind of book it the same way.
It also helps show that these are, I mean, if you don't know this already, you're crazy, but these are the top 2 women in the WWE.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you could probably broaden it out a little bit more, but these are the top 2 women because Charlotte kept the title on Raw to begin with. She kept the title, so she was the number 1 girl. So now these two athletes are so good that they keep going back and forth, and nobody else can take the titles from them. It's just these two are just above. So I mean, it helps those two. The only negative it does have is like, I guess it kind of seems like the rest of the women are a little bit left out.
Yeah.
But
that's the big gripe I keep seeing on the internet is people were saying that SmackDown's women's roster is better because there's more stories and more going on. I'm not sure if I necessarily agree.
The stories may be better. I don't know if the women are better, but the stories may be better.
The roster of SmackDown is better.
And the roster may be better, and they get more screen time than anyone else on Raw.
But there's plenty of time to wait for Bayley to have her moment. Right now, I think the money is with Charlotte and Sasha, and that needs to keep going.
I'm not getting bored of it, especially.
Yeah, no. I do
remember Emelina's coming back.
Yeah, I do see this.
I know, and Savannah knows every week because I go, whoa, whenever they have the vignettes.
I do see this.
She'll be in the title picture immediately, guarantee it.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. She was when she left.
She was when
and rightfully so. Like she came into that new gimmick, the
bad Emma.
Yeah, the shake my ass and have sunglasses on.
I hope this isn't too far from that though.
I know. I don't know why they changed it.
She's gonna be Eva Marie, Emma,
which is could suck, honestly.
I don't know why you would change it.
They're getting rid of her, Eva Marie. I don't think she's gonna.
You don't think she'll be back?
I don't think she'll be back in any wrestling capacity.
Huh.
She's
like 32 years old.
Well, they tried that and they wanted to capitalize on it when they could, and she blew it time and time again. And then the last time, so
I'm not saying that she's old, but she's told to start wrestling.
Yeah.
Like she's older than DDP was when he started wrestling almost.
Yeah. I do see this Charlotte Sasha thing wrapping up soon, though. I really do. They might have eventually one of them's going to keep the title and it's going to go.
Yeah.
But
it only makes sense. I mean, put somebody else in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have? We had
on SmackDown. They were just building towards TLC.
Yeah. The only things that really of note happened on SmackDown was James Ellsworth got taken out and a terribly gross looking. Even when I saw it, I was like, that looks bad.
That little guy can take a bump. He's probably not. I'm probably not much bigger than him, but he can take some bumps.
Yeah.
And I think we're finally going to see Bray Wyatt hold some gold for finally. It kind of is BS that it takes Randy Orton to convince people of that, but still, it'd be nice to have some gold on the Wyatt family for once. And those are the main things on SmackDown as far as I remember.
Seeing Becky Lynch go through a table was interesting because you hardly ever see, until very recently, the women using weapons and stuff to their advantage. The Hell in the Cell with Sasha and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Just kind of opened it up. Where
speaking of that, Monday night's match, Charlotte got the hell beat out of her with that kendo stick. It was brutal.
It was a pretty brutal match all around. Yeah.
We didn't talk about the Ric Flair thing either. That was the big shocker.
Yeah. That'll probably come into play somehow.
He came out and congratulated Sasha after she won the title.
Are we sure he just wasn't senile?
If it were me, I'd have him
vindictive.
If it were me, I'd have their final rematch at that roadblock and have Flair be
in Sasha's corner and turn on her.
Probably, or just be special ref. That could be.
Oh no!
You don't like that?
No, I don't like that.
Don't
give him too much.
It's probably true, but story-wise, it could be interesting. But you could do the same thing with him being in the corner,
I don't know.
That made me more invested in the Becky Alexa thing because I was kind of dragging on that at first, but that could be. I kind of honestly am starting. We'll do picks, but I'm starting to see. I think Alexa might finally have her day. But
We'll touch on it just briefly. 205 Live was fantastic. It happened live right after SmackDown.
Call back to when we were getting together to watch
Yes.
the CW or CW.
Yeah, but there were more matches.
people
CWC.
were crapping on that online though.
Why?
Because it shouldn't be after SmackDown because there was a lot of talk about the live audience being like, what is this? And a lot of people left.
It's the SmackDown audience,
Yeah, and
so it's
yeah.
the same. It's right after SmackDown.
and a lot of people had left the arena, and so if you go back and watch it, there are some moments where the crowd's pretty hot, but there's sometimes where it's like they're kind of dead. But I still think people are just being the typical nitpicky internet fans, just crapping on everything. Because the cruiserweights, I know you guys have been talking lately about how it needed something to kind of,
Right.
liven it up. But people were kind of being a little harsh, in my opinion.
You know what? I think that the Cruiserweight's going to do fine if they keep this show. I think people, if they actually watch it, they'll see that it's one of the best products that WWE offers right now. So I think just opening your eyes is about all you have to do to see this. Was there a favorite match or anything that stood out to you? I absolutely, I'll just say, I hate the Bollywood Boys gimmick.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I'm not big on
You love to hate him though.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
well,
because
I laughed. If you guys watch back, I tried to send the clips to you guys. Right after they lose it, I can't remember the name. It's Tony Nese and the other guy that he fought with him.
Drew
Gulak.
Yeah. Gulak, something like that.
They're getting interviewed, and he's like, Bollywood boys, and he like forgets his line, and it goes like 15 seconds with him just like waiting for somebody to save him. It's so funny, and it cuts to the Bollywood boys. Oh, we're on screen, and they like start dancing again. Check it out. I laughed so hard. I watched it probably like 15 times back.
I think the main event was probably the best.
Yeah, it was a good match. It was very predictable, I thought, especially for a title match.
Yeah, premiere show, yeah.
But it was good. Don't let me make you think that it was negative. It was good. I really hope you watch it.
The beginning cracked me up because they just lined up like 16, 18 guys and like, well, this is who's left. These are the guys.
These are the guys. Yeah.
And I don't know. I think that I like seeing these guys. Some of them on NXT, some of them on Raw. Seeing them utilized week in, week out. Good kind of that workhorse thing that you saw. I talk about healthcare shows.
We're just pouring ourselves a drink here. Drinking on screen. It's illegal. No, it's America. Should we do our picks really quick?
Sure. Do we have the card? Right back with the card.
Yeah, it's next thing.
Is Baron Corbin fighting?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Kalisto in a chairs match. Stairs match.
So, yeah, TLC, there are 6 confirmed matches as of this point.
I feel the least good about this compared to anything that we've ever predicted. Because I know nothing about it.
Starting from probably importance, maybe.
Start lowest to highest importance.
Then probably not. Maybe this isn't fair, but the least important, in my opinion, is probably Nikki Bella versus Carmella. It's a no DQ match, which is interesting. I don't really see either of them doing much, but they have been hurting each other. Like Nikki got her tooth knocked out. Carmella has a black eye now. Like I don't know if there's legitimate beef there or if they're just taking it too far and being too aggressive, but they both legitimately hurt each other 2 weeks in a row now. So that's could be interesting.
So I'm going to say Nikki wins this.
I agree. What do you think?
Carmella.
Oh! Whoa!
Whoa!
The Intercontinental title match. Is there any a ladders match?
If we're going ladder match. We're going in order of importance. I don't know if that one would be next.
Okay, go ahead.
But it depends on how you look at it.
Well, let's
since it's brought up.
Yeah, people are kind of tired of it.
It's The Miz versus Ziggler.
And that's the last time they'll ever fight each other, ever, as long as Daniel Bryan has his say.
So Miz will win this.
I agree. Again, why would they not? Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler.
just putting all his,
Going with your same plan from last
yeah,
time.
put all the chips on
Yeah,
the
it
table.
was so close last time.
So
for me.
next we got Baron Corbin and Kalisto after
And a
this
chairs match.
horrible rivalry that's lasted far too long. It is a chairs match.
Allow me to go first.
Okay.
Kalisto.
What?
Because you know what he's gonna pick. I'm gonna go. Okay. I have
Corbin.
one reason why I think this. This will end with an end of days on the chair.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why I think Baron Corbin will win. Once again, we're going to pick the same stuff, I think.
Kalisto wins because this continues.
No,
it
I don't
doesn't.
want it to.
He's done after this.
No one wants
He's
it.
dead.
If there's anything that could be worse than how drug out the Miz and Ziggler have been, it's this.
It's kind of like there'd be like no payoff though. Bad guy beats up Kalisto. Bad guy beats up Kalisto. Bad guy beats up Kalisto.
Well,
and then bad guy
He's the
beats
bad
up...
guy. He's a monster bad guy.
Yeah, it's
Kalisto's
Does
just
Bowman
Kalisto.
as the monster though?
Need to.
By letting him beat up on the little guy?
Need to.
well, it's I
Braun
feel like
Strowman.
with both
Him and
of
Braun
these,
should fight, and then that'd be cool.
well, with both of these guys, they're both like, hey, we really like these guys and we want to utilize them, but we don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
That's totally how I feel about it. Anyway,
Like Kurt Hawkins and Kane.
that's
It made me so mad. I actually turned it off for a while when I watched Kane beat Luke Harper.
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah,
I was like, nope, nope.
they could
no
have
more.
I could see them having a rematch on the pre-show again, which would be kind of dumb.
That would make sense.
Anyway, next importance probably the tag team champions, the SmackDown tag team champions. We have Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt as the new Wyatt family
You can pick first this
against
time.
Slater and Rhino. I think this is the moment, like I had mentioned earlier, that Wyatt's. I guess it takes Randy Orton to give the Wyatts gold, but they'll finally get gold. That's what I think. So, who's next?
I'm gonna agree with you. I think actually on this one, the Wyatts are gonna win this one.
I don't know if Vince is like, I love Bray Wyatt, but I don't see any investment in him. One of those things that you always hear rumor.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh, well, Randy Orton.
We all three agree on this.
Anyway, yeah. And, you know.
Not that I don't like Slater and Rhino,
yeah.
but I don't think they've been doing much since they won the title.
No, they'll always have that accolade, and that's it. That's, you know, Rhino's. I still love that they're doing the food thing with him. Every time you see him backstage, he's eating something.
Women's title match and a tables match,
Which
which
is
is
interesting.
weird to have a title match be a tables match. I mean, it's
Usually-
happened before.
Usually the tag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If anything, but they're not. I don't think there's a gimmick on that.
That's just
Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss.
Tough.
I want Alexa to win it, so I'm gonna say Alexa because I think that's probably gonna be different than what you say. That's the only reason.
This is one of those times where I'm torn between who I want to win and who I think is going to win. These next two matches are that way. The same thing with the main event. I keep going back and forth. I can see them giving it to Alexa because I think she's been doing well enough to impress people and she kind of deserves it. But I also see them having so much stock in Becky that I see Becky keeping it for a long time.
Yeah.
Except for there's really nobody. If Becky doesn't lose it here, there's really nobody to face her that's a legitimate challenge unless somebody jumps ship, and Raw can't really afford to do that. I know they're not.
Well, Carmella or Nikki can move up out of there.
Maybe.
And face her.
If only Natalia or Naomi could be in where they probably deserve to be, but
That's out of every title in wrestling in WWE right now. That's the title that needs to change hands.
yeah,
I'm not saying anything bad about Becky, but there needs to be some sort of shakeup.
she doesn't need it.
in that division.
She's kind of the classic better as a chaser type of
Yes.
role right now.
Yes.
You know, until she gets something to put her over more. So I, despite what you said, I'm gonna say Alexa.
All right, then I pick Becky.
Fine. I don't know if we'll have the same pick for this one.
I really think Alexa is gonna get out of all of these. That's the only one I paid attention to. So
There's a route for everyone to win so far. So I'm glad that we've always picked to give each
I just
other
really
routes
think
to
Becky
win.
needs to get a mouthpiece, like not a physical mouthpiece, but someone to talk for her.
Yeah.
I hate to be like Kevin Dunn, but just hate her accent. Like, I don't understand.
The main event, AJ Styles, the World champion. It feels weird not saying heavyweight. I hate that. Against Dean Ambrose.
He botches that himself sometimes.
TLC.
Because he feels like, did you notice? He's like, I'm the heavyweight, I'm the world champion.
Oh, yeah. Take 3 on that one.
He's like, they keep changing the name on me because they have this new title over there.
Where are you guys at on this?
Tom, go first. If you will.
Oh man,
If you will.
I don't know. It's kind of tough. This is a tough one.
Because
I'm gonna take Ambrose. I'm gonna take Ambrose to win it back tonight or that night.
Sunday night.
Yeah, Sunday night. Tonight's not Sunday. Not yet.
Okay.
I'm excited about Ambrose.
I'm gonna try to change his mind real quick. So
Good.
it's all but confirmed that AJ is gonna face Undertaker or Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
The rumor is that going to be for the title or not? I've heard a lot
Doesn't
of both.
matter.
I've heard a lot of both.
There's a
Because,
pay-per-view between now and then too. Yet.
well, the most recent thing is,
SmackDown is there?
I think so.
the most recent thing I heard, between now and Rumble, no, there's just a Raw.
There's Roadblock, and then there's another one in between. Then
No.
I don't think so. Not that I know.
No.
In the January, I thought is Rumble, isn't it?
Yeah.
Taker wins the Rumble to fight AJ.
That's the WrestleMania main event.
That's going to happen at Rumble.
That'd be gross, dude. All the money WWE if you make it happen. Well, I'll work free. Take all my money.
The big rumor is that AJ beats Ambrose at TLC,
Okay.
keeps the title, and loses it to Undertaker, so Cena and Taker's for the title. And then a
coming back at
Raw,
Rumble.
Doesn't
and then
need it.
I know it doesn't need it, but that's a rumor. And
Yeah.
then a Raw person wins the Rumble.
Mm.
And so that can
I don't think anyone from Raw wins the Rumble.
I think Finn Balor wins the Royal Rumble.
That makes a whole lot of sense, Seth.
It's just
But
a
you're-
rumor. I don't know.
You're
I think
thinking
it's gonna happen.
way too far in the future for me right now.
Well,
I'm just thinking for the glory on Sunday when Dean Ambrose wins.
I also want Dean Ambrose to win. I could see him winning because I think the more predictable thing is James Ellsworth makes his triumphant return, even though he was only injured for 4
Yeah.
days. Helps Ambrose win, and then it's a titleless match, so it doesn't need a title against the Undertaker for AJ. And then
If Dean doesn't win here, he turns heel.
I could agree with that. Maybe.
Ellsworth tries to help him.
Awesome.
I'm holding fast to the fact that Ellsworth is the catalyst that turns Dean heel.
Which is sad.
Like, regardless of when it happens, when Dean turns heel, it's at the expense of Ellsworth.
I don't know if I ever see Ambrose turning heel, to be completely honest.
He is pretty much, he makes a lot of money for him.
Because I
Okay.
think they know that if he turns heel, it's not going to change anything.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But he could be Stone Cold.
I wish they would see it that way, but at the PG era, probably not so much.
Stone Cold was best when he was a good guy, but just a dickhead to everybody.
Yeah, and
that's what
that's
Dean
how Dean kind of is, and he still could be. I don't know.
By the way, a message.
To Triple H.
The man he always gets his man. That was the best thing ever. I about died when that happened.
Well,
Okay, so you guys
also,
think
you also think
Ambrose?
I'm gonna pick Ambrose. I see Ambrose. I see Ambrose carrying the title, even though you said you think it's gonna be Ambrose and Shane at WrestleMania. I see Ambrose carrying the title into Mania
I don't
this
see Shane
year.
wrestling again for a while.
That's fine. That's fine.
I see Ambrose carrying it into WrestleMania against.
There you have it, folks. Those are our picks for TLC 2016.
We will likely have a new champion.
Doesn't sound very very confident for you, Seth.
So let's move on from wrestling, and we'll see how it happens. So hopefully, I got
That was wrestling. We'll probably get to you live on Facebook.
These B
with our
plus shows.
with our reaction.
right on.
The
like
B,
last week.
the B plus pay per views throw me.